Frankie here. Today I'm joined with Bruce. We're going to talk about experiences and knowledge on breaking. It's an honor, Bruce. I'm very familiar with who you are as a dancer and as a competitor for years now. It really is a treat to do these interviews and get to know breakers on a more personal level. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Much respect that you're doing this, sharing the knowledge of other people means a lot for sure. Please keep going.
Thank you, bro. That means a lot. How is life going in terms of your training, battles anytime lately, or general life direction?
I'm breaking since 2003. It always was era of like learning and then becoming a little bit well known in my city, then in Siberia, as I was born in Siberia. When I was 18, I moved to Portugal, and my dream always was like, okay, I see those French breaking or in general European breaking. I want to go there because everybody bring like also US b-boys, Korean b-boys there to Europe. I need to be in the middle of those people, and I want to people see my stuff. So different eras. For example, now what I'm doing, I'm really careful on choosing where I'm going, not a career way, but more like a soul way, to just go and enjoy mostly. I prefer like local events or more small events to be able to talk to each one, have time to cipher with them, conversation, jokes, maybe eat together. This brings a lot of energy for me to keep going and enjoy more. Name-wise, of course, you need to go and maintain like, okay, I'm looking to Red Bull again because maybe in 5 years kids will not know about my name, and if you are not in a Red Bull, then maybe bye-bye. But I don't care. For example, when I started, I was watching the VHS cassettes, and I knew guys who were breaking like in 90s. People were talking about them. So hopefully also people will do this, will continue on that, because it also make not so much sense to always try to maintain this Red Bull BC1 kind of events, because also you need to give opportunity to younger b-boys. For example, let's say b-boys like Rox, right, who has so much appreciation from the community, goes to some qualification of a big event, and his name is so big already. So if he will do like regular round, for him it will be like smash harder than if one guy just try his hard and go harder. It's like the name's still there. Fair or not fair, it is like this. You can say whatever, but I see it clearly and nothing against. It's just like this. I don't know what you can do. Rox Ride, Costo, those guys are already a long time in the game and they always win. And it's so dope. It's inspirational. But it's nice that it's not everybody who are so long in the game and they're still going. But imagine everybody would go still. Like Lidl, like everybody would go always. Where is the room for new generation? This is one point. Second point is actually hard to beat sometimes new generation because they smoke your heart. I'm watching new generation and I'm like, okay, this move brings me like laziness to practice to beat this move. You know what I mean? Like speed and stuff. I still have an idea in my head. Okay, I can figure out how I can beat him in a smart way, like to show more enjoyment, and slow movement also requires some quality in general because everybody can go fast. But if you go slow, you really can see the quality of the movement, so it's not for everybody. I'm still finding the way to win most of those young kids, but you know, it's like, whoa, I need to do my best, and they just need to do their regular. The third point is tiring, trying to go for those events, maintain, okay, I win this, I win this, I win this. Nobody will remember how many battles you actually win. Yeah, you win some or you win a lot, that's it. Kazuki Rock, I really can't remember he winning 101. For sure he did, but I don't remember. And it doesn't matter. He's crazy, unique, big respect and big thanks to him, what he's doing. Most of the times the best battle is not the final. And the final can be actually the really like, maybe like a first battle can be like a final.
There's three really amazing points that you're highlighting for us. The first one, you're talking about giving essentially room for the newer generation. If you think about the progression from being someone that nobody knows, and even if you are really good, you might not get recognized.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of b-boys are not known, but they are so dope for many years, like maybe more 5 years, and they can be old school. In Russia, it's so big, You have some b-boys from Ural area, kind of middle, more European, and so many dope people. I'm talking about this area because originally I'm from there and I was traveling a lot there, but I'm sure you have it in other countries. Nothing really wrong about, because maybe somewhere deep in them they don't really want, they don't really need, they would like to, maybe they wish, but not so go and do everything. And they're well known in their areas, they're well known maybe in their countries. If I would be a promoter, I would like to make a connection. Like 5 or more years ago, I did something like underrated people, and I just make a compilation of people who I think deserve more. At the end, I always wrote like, this is only my opinion. I saw them live, that's why I think so. Videos not proves nothing. It's just I want to somehow light them up. If I would be a promoter, I would like to imagine make this team and just send them there just for people to see them. Project can be called not so known or lazy butts, in terms of like, they just sit at their practice spots, don't really travel abroad or wherever. But I think it would be super interesting, and it would be also showing appreciation to those guys, because they actually inspire a lot of people who at the end go abroad, who at the end get crazy recognitions. Also from them a lot of students go. They give a lot actually to their local countries or areas.
You said that those people that you might not know about that stay in their local scene, sometimes those are the people that inspire the people that we all know. My local area where we grew up training, one of the sayings that we came up with, we kind of joked about it. We said, your favorite b-boy's favorite b-boy is someone you don't know about.
Nothing to add. I was about to say the same, not same words, but same thing. From this we can jump to one little thing that I don't like. For example, when you started, you was inspired by one people, then you evolve a little bit, then other people. And it's nice in general to say all of those names, but somehow people just say one or two, and they say at the end who was inspiring them at the end. Like I can say Zesh and Palmer, but come on, before them it was b-boys who inspired me so much that if I say their names, some of the people will not understand me. Krabberlegs from Germany, Ismail from France, Soso from Melting Force, and many more. It's nice when you say all of those names, you know? So I really advise people to say all of those names along your evolution. You say Ken Swift, of course, but only one? Also say some names from your neighborhood. It's also giving back, right? So I think it means a lot. Meno does it. He always mentioned his first mentor or inspiration.
A couple other points you were talking about. The second, you're talking about younger guys having to go up against more seasoned people. And then the third thing you're talking about, it can be fatiguing to try to compete event after event after event.
From 2008, hungry for events. Just bring me more. I wish I can battle every week. 2 events, one event Saturday, other event Sunday. Why Friday is no events?
Do you feel like there are more events in general now versus before?
This is a good question. I don't know.
I think that people are more competition focused than they were before. Even if there might not be more battles, I think people are more focused on them than they were maybe 10 years ago.
I would say like this, 10 years ago or more, people still were focusing on come and destroy and do their best, try hard to win. I would say it's the same, but they would come with a big interest of absorb what's happening, to talk, sit there and see the whole event. But now they just focus on, as before, on the winning, do their best, but they don't care what's happening. They don't care about spending a good time. Some of them are really there to perform home. This is not so good.
Why do you think that is?
I think many points why. In general, people maybe, because of the internet, they feel like, oh, I see this guy. Hey, what's up? How are you? Good? Yeah. Okay. Then they separate. Why? Because they already talked online. I follow you. I know what's up. I don't have really much to ask. You know, we just can discuss it and guess why, but it's okay. Because they don't feel lack of it. It's us who can compare. That's why me, for example, I go to other events, small events, to keep feeling that. To not feel that, oh, now it's different. No, you still can find your favorite things from before. So I was saying that I was like really hungry, but I think it was till the year of 2016. And then I started to really go deep in a cipher, learning how to cipher properly without thinking that cipher is something for qualification or just a warm-up. And I was watching those ciphers when people just were running inside without even showing that they would like to go before. And they stand like they don't feel the music, they don't want to go. And when somebody finishing, they just go fast. And this is so ridiculous, make no sense. Because in a natural cipher, you see everybody having fun. There are people who don't even want to go inside. They're just having fun already. Or they just support their people. Or they just listen to music. And you see the person there, he already is like really top rocking. Because he digging the song and he want to go. Because it's obvious. So you let him go. But if you cut him, this is a call out. You want to have something against him, a conversation. So this is nice, this is conversation. But when it's no conversation, it's just who will get the first in the middle. This is so ridiculous. Those events, big shout out to Thomas from Polski Flavor. He was organizing before Rockefeller anniversary. It was in Warsaw. It was always event for ciphers. I think he stopped doing that because he felt like a little bit less people were coming and being excited about. And I think he stopped at the right moment because people would appreciate less and less. And maybe he will bring it back, I don't know. It's up to people actually. If people really want, then it's no problem to bring it back. But still, you have events with the only ciphers and the big respect to them. It's really nice if you have those. Most of them are like, for example, first day is a cipher day, second day is a competition day, so it's nice. It's a combination. If you just go for the event where is no prize, where is no cameras, you can film yourself and post later, but it's the ciphers. Back in the days, everybody had those footage and it was like, wow. Like Casper, old videos, whatever, make me goosebumps, you know.
Sure. So you're living now in Warsaw. Can you talk a little bit about how you got to move there? And you were talking a little bit about the scene. Give us a little bit of background on what the scene's like.
I was born in 91. I'm 32 years old. In 2003, when I was 12, I started breaking. In 2010, I moved to Europe, to Portugal. I lived there for 8 years. Big shout out to my real brothers, my family, like Max and Mix and all my crew, Laguette, Diogo, everybody, Roberto. They really like helped me for me to feel at home. I felt with my health, I felt always strange during the winter. Winter in Portugal, in Spain, in Italy sucks. It's so cold, not outside, inside of the house. And nobody really mentioned that. If you come to any house in those countries and see how people are sleeping or what they wear, they always covered everything. Sometimes even can be a hat, winter hat, sleeping. And I was always drinking tea. Why, you're from Siberia? Why are you drinking tea? Why are you cold? But it's opposite. When you are from cold place, you have more preparation, like house is more warm, clothes is more warm. We actually feel more cold because our cold in Siberia is dry cold. Their cold is humidity cold, and humidity cold is just go to your bones. With dry cold, if you put a lot of clothes on you, you don't feel it at all. But with the humid cold, since it goes inside, if you cover it, it's already inside. And at the end, I don't know why, I started to have allergy to alcohol. It's connected. I will explain why. Beer, allergy. Wine, allergy, because they have best wines there. I figure out it's because of the alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol. But then during the winter time, when it was like really humid, rain, I was feeling the same allergy. But I was not drinking, and the allergy was asthma. Okay, the winter is not for me. We were going outside a lot, and once we went to this cipher event, and we kind of really liked it there because b-boys there are humble. You don't see often that they have some beef. You see they appreciate traditions. Their foundation is nice. They're trying to be educated in terms of like bringing a good DJ, good floor, and the food. They have Slavic food, they have European food, they have all kind of in supermarket. Of course you have restaurants, all type of the world food around, everywhere now. But in a supermarket, for us it was like, wow. And their houses inside is warm, winter is more dry. Even it's like can be -10, it feels more warm with +5 in Portugal. So this was the reason for me to move there. And it was in 2016 that I moved there. I lived there for 2 years. Of course, it was some projects that I lived, maybe it was a year in Germany, it was a year in Sweden. I lived 2 years in Moscow, and it was pandemic time. I think it was one of the best places to be around pandemic because they didn't really close much, and they still managed somehow to organize sometimes some events. They had the practice spot, their practice spot, PDVL, big shout out to PDVL spot, is one of the best places to practice in the world. You can go there at the same time. Imagine you could have Chirito, Alcolil, Robin, Kinder, Bruce Almighty, in one place, like 300 square meters. You look around and it's like, is it an event? No, it's just a regular practice. You can teach individually, you can just practice, you just pay like €3, like $5, and the place is yours from like 11 to 11. You can go outside to eat something, get back, and it's fine because you already paid for today. Of course, now Russia is not so popular in terms of politics. Yo, we banned Russia, we blah, 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 blah. But when I say Russia, I don't mean you know who. I'm more for connecting. My Ukrainian people, with who I'm friends still. I maintain friendship with all my people, and I don't care about like this. Where are you from? From US? Terrorist. I've been there in Moscow, then I moved to Germany. I worked with Flying Steps, some project, and then I moved back to Poland. When I moved for work to Germany, it was in January, and in February this shit happened. And then it was really hard for people who lived outside because they blocked all the cars and stuff like that. And then we moved back to Poland when the contracts stopped. Even now, like, it's kind of hard to travel from Russia. You need to go always through Turkey or Dubai. But before it was so easy, like from Poland to Moscow, 2 hours, chill. So now we live 2 years in Poland. Again, we do have a daughter with my wife, also big girl from Momentum. And she's 1 year old, so she was born in Poland, and she's Portuguese and Russian, and it's so funny, you know. I don't know where I will be living in 1 year or 2 years, unfortunately. I really want to settle. Maybe I move to Detroit, man. Polish scene is very dope. Cool kids like Vigor, Mad Max, and more guys. And you have more people there coming up. Nikita, Creative Wax. I appreciate how they really care about like musicality, like forms, humble, they talk. If you speak in terms of like weird people, crazy styles, Chirito or Kazuki rock, then is more hard to find in Poland. I don't know why. Most like unique looking maybe would be Geras. But if you say what is the best, who is the best in terms of countries, you can't say because you say Netherlands, Mano, but come on. Before everybody were talking, oh, yo, Momentum Crew, Portugal. In Portugal, you must have like crazy scene, right? But at that time, it was really like only a few crews. Now it's much better. But at that time, in like 2012, it was not so many, like 4 or 3 crews. But you can't really judge about the country from one b-boy, right?
Sure.
So when you ask about Polish scene, it's not only Polski flavor, it's so many b-boys. It's good also that many people come in, like Kuzia, Lucius Sky came because of the war, unfortunately. Johnny Fox from Spain, living there because he has a fiance. Drut from Ukraine, Intact moved there, I heard. So it's kind of also international, like Paris. And I think Poland is still underrated, but if you go Warsaw, like people go there and most of the time they like, really? Wow, I didn't know. Pretty advanced. A lot of US companies have offices there, and you have like a nice skyline of those like offices like Toronto, like New York kind of style. You have like this old Europe kind of center that you want to go, or you have more like parks area, kind of everything. And it's easy to travel, and I like flat cities when you can go by bike.
What we're going to do now is we're going to react to a little bit of old footage on Unbreakable, back from 2010.
Perfectly remember that. I was inspired a lot by Thesis. I wanted to battle him. Maybe I can smoke him. We were like creating a friendship from there actually. So it was from internet, but especially from there. He invited me for a drink also at the hotel. So nice. And he was a beast those years. Big shout out to Thesis. Sometimes he can act crazy, show this or something, but after the battle he always came back and told me I love you and I'm sorry. That was funny. But he tried to keep it real always. So, and also he had some beef with the Leggett from my crew. Unfortunate, you know, like. But with time, always settles down. I mean, yeah, yeah. I look at myself and I can see it's musical, but I know that I planned everything. Everything was planned, not so much freestyle. I think Thesis was kind of doing the same. Big patterns, sequences, but always being able to make it on the music or be able to stop anywhere. Managing your planned stuff for anything and be able to freestyle but get back to your program. So that was my way too. But then in 2016 I battled in Battle of the Year 101 and then I had to freestyle. I was injured here. It was for me hard to do anything. I had to do freestyle and it worked so well that my freestyle was actually maybe even more stronger than my program thing. And I was like, wow, okay, now it's the time to really maybe go for it. And I just slowly transit to more freestyle thing. But there in this battle also, I remember when I did like this turtle up, then throwing my head around, I saw Thesis doing bites. He told me, Flexum from my crew doing that, and then I contacted Flexum and I asked Flexum, when you created it, do you have footage? I saw his footage from 2007 and I have videos from 2007, but mine is earlier. He told me maybe it was before, but I didn't see the footage, so I just stayed and kept doing that because I was like, I have footage, man. But still, I tried to flip it and I was doing it in 99. Now I try to do it like 99 many times.
Let's say you are doing a particular move on one side of the world, and then on the other side of the world, someone is doing the same thing. It's just a coincidence that you guys are doing the same thing. The question of biting doesn't even matter at that point. Regardless whether they copied me or not, I want to be different, so I need to flip it.
If you create something same or almost same as anybody else, of course you can always try to prove you was first, but it always can remind people about other guy if he is more famous. Do you want be a reminder about somebody who is not even inspiration for you? Or maybe you do something similar because you want to remind about a particular person and want to give back and want to say, yes, I was inspired by him. If you don't want to be a reminder about somebody that you don't even like, then you should change. Maybe not just flip it, keep the idea, the core, but really change the visuals. And if you try hard, people recognize your hard work, always. It's impossible to be 100% unique, to not remind about somebody or to not do something not similar even. It's up to you. It's not like you have to. It's always bothered me and it's always been important to me. And I always try to do my best. For example, the move I did in 2015 with the hoodie. Before I did flare while I'm on one hand, other hand goes into the hood, and I put it on the floor and do 99 with my hand inside of the hood. And it was like, wow, it's so easy to do and I can do it even at the end of my round and it brings crazy reaction. But then one guy showed bite sign, I came to him, he told me he's from other b-boy from Russia, and I said, okay, send me the videos because I don't really believe. I never seen nobody doing that, and it's so nice, so crazy. And then he sent me the video from b-boy Click. He was doing air flare, hand in a hoodie, and 4 rounds of 99 in 2004. And I was doing that, created it in 2015 or 14. Wow, 10 years ago. Often in my workshops I tell to people, but I was doing from flares. He was doing from air flares. Is it different? It's like, is it my glasses? Yes, it's my glasses. And if you put it on your face, I ask, is it my face that wear these glasses? No, it's your face. Then it's yours. Make no sense. No matter what face wear these glasses are mine. And so, for example, this is air flare and this is flare. And this is 99 in a hoodie. Doesn't matter the ending or the start, it matters the core, the actual idea. Other question, can you maybe change it and do instead of 99, change it for reverse or change it for elbow inside of the hoodie? It's up to you. But I was like, no, I don't want to change just a little. I want to do something mine. And then I did this thing in 2015 against Pocket. It was my change from 99 basically. I always was pissed about beginning because beginning was this. For me it was lame. Many people like they put their leg here and they take out the hoodie. But now I have different version. From windmill I catch my hoodie and I go to my handstand with my hoodie already taking it out. I go roll back. And when I'm rolling back, I put my hoodie to my leg and I'm super happy now. I figure out the way that it's really unique to me. I like how it looks and that's it. It can be whack for somebody or weird, but I don't care because this is for me, I did for me. Here I planned everything, but I didn't plan walking around. I didn't plan do this. So kinda I was freestyle. This was like, okay, I do one footwork. This I didn't plan this, you know. So I would say this was half freestyle. Of course, you can see this thing was not there. It's just I always put some extra to my moves at the moment how I feel. I think is also inspiration of Jim Carrey, not in a humor, but in a physical expression, you know. Because Jim Carrey is able to show like emotions or exaggeration of like cartoon in a human being.
Animated.
Exactly. When I was watching Jim Carrey movies, I was inspired to go practice. I'm not doing movies and I can't use it for those, but my craft at the moment was breaking, so I transmitted to breaking.
Bringing humor into your breaking. We're so hungry and we're so ambitious that we take things maybe a little too seriously. Maybe not just in life, but also in breaking. Can you talk a little bit about this? What inspired you to maybe add humor to your breaking?
So I never really thought to bring humor to breaking. I just tried to bring myself to show all the emotions. To show like seriousness, gangsta vibe, then like something silly, something humor. Express as much as I can through my moves. And not just do moves. Also at my workshops I often give concept of try to improvise, try to do something which you never did before, try to officialize it, try to lie that it was invented a year ago already. This concept I think is very interesting. I really try to do this in the battles also. This battle, for example, I did a lot of weird stuff there. It's fun to watch for sure. You saw the views?
I was going to ask about that too. Why do you think this video blew up?
I don't know.
Second or third most popular video on their channel. It might have been this round. This round was just so special. You're bringing the high level technique, of course. There's just so much character to it.
The character. For me, it's main thing for an artist in general.
What do you remember about Freestyle Session, this crew battle?
Great trip for us, for me. My wife battled with us, especially this battle against ill-abilities was really meaningful for us because in 2003 Mix and Max they brought Cujo for some event and Cujo asked how many crews you have, not so many. Cujo said why you guys don't create your own crew, it takes only 2 to create a crew, why you guys don't create your own? And they were like whoa. And they even were discussing the name, and Cujo came out with the name of Momentum, and he explained the concept of Momentum. That's why Cujo is our father, basically. When Cujo came out here, we were everybody like this, you saw. And other guys from Ill Abilities, they're just dope, especially Redo and Pernina, Samuka. Also about this trip, it was 2 days event. We went through some battles. We coming back to our house. I had a beef with one of the guys from our crew. Big shout out to B-Boy Makumba. Everybody tired. We had to go sleep for the next day. And we had to just practice few routines. Just like 1 minute practice and go sleep. But we were having a beef with this guy. And our crew had the rule. If you have a beef, you need to resolve it. Otherwise, you can't go. So everybody was sitting around and listening our thing. because we couldn't resolve it between us, so everybody from the crew helping us. It's a super nice thing to do if you have this in the crew, and we resolved it. It was like 40 minutes conversation, shake hands, practice the routines and stuff. But before that, in IB, it was a qualification for Freestyle Session, and we lost against Dream Team Ukraine, and we were like, shit, oh, we're not going to US. But then Max came out to us and told, yo, I have one sponsor. They want us to make, I don't know, interview wherever. They want us to make footage and inspire youth, and they will pay our trips. No way, we going to US. After this beef resolving, after this practicing routine, we're like this, talking before going to sleep, and Max saying to us, guys, there were no sponsor. I just paid all of your trips. Everybody cried there. We lost in a semi-final, and I think they were providing some prize, and we were offering to Max to give this money, and he said no.
Huge respect, dude.
Man, Max, respect to Max. Somebody from Ill Abilities is showing. Take my shoes. I'm not so happy about my performance in general there. It's so fun to watch. It's so creative, but at the same time, it's so ridiculous. Me, I'm talking about my stuff. So we was talking about this move, yeah? We were talking about this move. I was talking about this. Yeah? Or you wanted to ask something? Or just watch this?
We can just watch it first, yeah.
Windmill transition, to start this thing, I only invented in 2002, I think. Now you say 2018, you feel it was yesterday.
Right.
So we just need to live each of our moments to make life longer. Now I have a daughter, and she's 1 year old, and this 1 year was like 5 years for me, and I'm so happy about it. For other people, it was like this.
The last question I want to ask you, since even before we did this interview, and doing this interview just kind of proves it, it's very clear that you're a very well-rounded individual.
Thank you so much.
Whether it's you have other career pursuits, whether it's in acting or theater, you're a family man, of course, and just the way that you speak, you look at things from the big picture. And of course we have to talk about breaking like we did for this last hour. We also have to think about how breaking, for us being in this game so long, how it affects our view on life. If you're so hungry for competition and that's all you think about, let's say you get to a point where you just can't break anymore and you didn't quite reach your competitive goals. That could be a really tragic story. For people that are so competitive driven, maybe you were at a younger point like you described, what would you say younger people should think about in terms of what else they should take away from their journey?
If you just do your art, your craft, if you make difference, if you put something new on the table, yeah, as I said before, they will recognize it, and you can have no winnings at the Red Bull stuff, but people will know about you if you care about that. But you need to really ask yourself what you care about. You want to win, or you want to be recognizable, or you want to like inspire people? What you want? Sometimes people not really make those questions to themselves. They don't really know what they want. They just see certain path, and they see everybody go Red Bull, everybody practice for Red Bull, and they just go there. Do you remember Zeshan or Palmer being at the Red Bull? Okay, Palmer, yeah. Okay, Zeshan. But for me, when I say his name, goosebumps. It's about how happy you are existing, yeah? And he's so happy by what he's doing and how he's doing. And he's showing that, and the whole world knows him. Maybe not everybody, but you need everybody know you? No, it's also impossible. It's also impossible to everybody liking you. For example, let's take Vicious Victor. Everybody like him, maybe most of the people, but anyways he has haters. You always will have your own haters. So just do you, and that's it. So if you want to win, most wins possible in history, like Rock's right, then yeah, then go for it and prepare the plan. Not just Red Bull, because it's actually the hardest way. Practice 1 year and directly go where everybody go. You was practicing only at your swimming pool and then you dropped in the ocean. You need to find battles where you probably will win, where probably people will appreciate the most your way of breaking, and go there. If it's 2-on-2, then you should take somebody who will fill up your all-roundness, like Lucy Sky and Ruth before. And Lucy Sky was actually doing that before. He was winning a lot of things in Poland, in France. He was all around the place, Europe, winning everything, but not so big battles. And he just got invited to Red Bull, for example. So it's also one of the strategies. Just clear to yourself what you want, and then you will be able to find the easiest way. There is always a way. But I don't care about the wins. If you really count how many battles I win, it's really like not so many. Of course, along the 20 years of breaking, it's a lot. But if you compare it to Vicious Victor or to Chirito, it's not so many. People know me not because of that. I reached my goal. And my goal was like, live in Europe. Now I'm Portuguese. I have my 2 passports and I'm like happy. Got my name. I put something on the table. And when I hear something like from you, that you was watching me wherever, inside is like, I'm like, and I'm not stopping. I want to keep going. I want to keep representing. I would say not more winning wise. Make people create emotions. Because of my way of expressing, you feel something, this is the best for me. And also one of the advices that I could give to people, to new generation, is to always do something on the side, something which you enjoy, but which creates business. This is my life, only this. What else I can do? No. Dedicate fully. I did that. When we knew that Koreans practiced 5 hours a day in Siberia, we knew about that. We're like, okay, we practice now 5 hours a day, every day. And we had the sofa, we had the computer on the practice spot. We brought it on purpose to just like live there almost. We were sad we can't sleep there, you know? But now, I regret that I only gave all my time to that. I want to do something else, and I'm trying to, but I'm not professional at something else. I have potential at something else, but I could start doing that long time ago and already be professional at that. You not necessarily need to do only what you love, one thing, and make money off this thing only. Yeah, if you can make money out of it, it's nice, but you need to keep it always lovable, like first time you just met it. And I try hard to feel that way with breaking. I try hard to be always like, wow, I remember my feeling when I started. I remember how cool to make the first 6-step by yourself, first windmill. I remember the feeling like, what the hell can I do with my body? Never forget, and I never will stop breaking because it makes no sense. How can I stop eat ice cream? How can I stop eating? This is it for me. This is not for money. This is not for fame. If nobody will know about me, if I will not make money out of it, I will do something else, but I will still always go practice. But now I try to do something else on the side, which will be also fun to do for me, and from where I can get the money. Like this, I can be even more happier with breaking. Most of the well-known b-boys in the world are hustlers. So I would advise for people really to think about something else, but you really need to like it. I don't think you can really force it. You need something that is not just money making for some time. You need something that will be kind of forever, which you also like. Of course, it's hard to think like, I need money. That's why you need to start early. So you can actually start it doing not for money. You can start doing it just because you like it, just study it. But for some people, business is a game and they like to play this game and they just do what they like. It's so nice if you take it like that. I'm not. I'm really dumb at businesses, unfortunately.
Thank you so much for your time today. Once again, it's an honor to be able to meet one of your heroes.
Man, thank you for coming from Detroit to Toronto. Only because of that, if you go Poland, if you go Russia, if you go Portugal, let me know. I will do my best to provide you the best connection. Feel comfortable there. I don't like when this happen only for one time.
Absolutely. Bruce, thank you so much once again, and we're gonna wrap it up here. Peace.